I was reading Facebook the other day, and a good friend of mine, Sean Cervini, he's one of Cesar Gracie's black belts. He owns a school called Gracie Fighter Caribou up in Maine. All I know is it's cold up there. I don't know why anybody lives in Maine, but he lives up in Maine. He runs a phenomenal school. If you're in Maine, go train with Sean. He's got incredible jiu-jitsu. He's also a law enforcement officer. Just an all-around great person. He fought MMA. He's fought boxing. You can't go wrong if you go train with Sean. He made a post on Facebook talking about, is it okay or is it disrespectful to submit your instructor in a sparring or rolling training situation, or should just let it go and move on? And I agree with Sean in what he said, which was no. It is okay, and not only is it okay, it's expected. And what I mean by that is, when I opened up this school, it's been almost 8 years now, my goal was to create an environment to where we produce students who are not inferior to me in jiu-jitsu or as good as me in jiu-jitsu. My dream was to produce students who are going to exceed me in Brazilian jiu-jitsu, who are going to exceed me in martial arts and become better than me. So when I'm training with somebody, my goal is to feed them everything, every piece of knowledge I have. So when we're sparring in here, if I see them make a mistake, I'll point out, hey, you're making a mistake. This isn't a vulnerability. And rather than just take the easy submission. Now, if they don't pay attention, I'll just take the easy submission. But I want them to correct those mistakes because I want them to steadily get better. And that's why not only do I share all the knowledge I have, but my wife, Sway, who's also a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and a Judo black belt, shares all the knowledge she has. And then we have probably like 10 to 12 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts that train here regularly and teach here, as well as probably 7 or 8 Judo black belts that regularly train here and teach here. And our goal is to produce students that are better than we are. So that's the goal. So when I'm training with a student and we're out here sparring, if they catch me in a submission, I'm thrilled because I don't voluntarily give up any submissions to any of my students. Like, they have to earn it 100%. Like, I'll be in here sparring and I might let a student pass my guard. I'm gonna let them take side control or take mount or have my back and see how their game is, because that's how I have to assess people when I spar with them. It's like, hey, how is their side control attack? How is their back attack? How is their mount attack? How are they at passing guard? And so I'll put them in these different situations. Sometimes those situations lead to a tap. I never voluntarily give up the tap. Like, if a student taps me, they 100% earned it. I'm gonna fist bump them because I'm thrilled for them because jiu-jitsu works, and that's my goal. And sometimes I'll be rolling with somebody, like I was rolling with Matt, one of our purple belts, week ago, 2 weeks ago, and I'm rolling, and not only am I seeing Matt trying to execute techniques that I know I have taught him, but he started executing techniques that I knew one of our black belts in here, Jay Jackson, had taught him. And then he started executing some techniques that me and Jay didn't teach him. And I was like, man, where did you learn that from? And I'm trying to guess where he learned that from. It turned out it was one of our new black belts who just transferred in with the Army, Jason. And he has a very unique, wide open game. And Jason had showed Matt something, and Matt was using this and to great effect. And it really made me happy to see my student grow like that. That's my goal, is for my students to be better than me. I'm not trying to hold people back by holding secrets or, preventing them from getting the information and the training they need. No, I will teach them everything I know, and I will bring in experts, whether just other black belts, whether in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu or Judo, to train with them, as well as high school and collegiate wrestlers, as well as bringing people in to do seminars like coral belts, people, we've had different world champions come in here to do seminars to help make our students even better. So to make a long story short, it's not disrespectful to submit your instructor, or somehow you shouldn't think, oh, I need to go easy on them. I don't want to embarrass them. It's like not embarrassing at all, because we're the ones that talk to jiu-jitsu. We want you to be better than us. And if you're at a school where the instructor is holding information back and always just tries to maintain dominance and loses their cool when somebody catches them and treats it as a disrespectful thing, it's like, you're at the wrong place, bro. You shouldn't be training there. And that's why I make a point to try to roll, aka spar, with students when they transfer in. Like when Jason moved from Colorado, he's a black belt, he moved to Colorado. I rolled with him and I let him know from the beginning, hey bro, it's cool if you can catch me in a submission. Don't think like you need to go easy on me or you need to not embarrass me. If you catch me, you catch me. And I tell the same thing to the brown belts, purple belts, blue belts, white belts when they come in. It's like, hey, if you catch me, you catch me. There's no, it's like, don't think it's in any way disrespectful. Matter of fact, I'm really honored when somebody can catch me with something that they learned here and now they've made their jiu-jitsu better. And it also makes me better because I have to figure out, like, dude, how did they get past my defenses? And like I said earlier, I don't give anybody anything. Like I may give up a position, but I don't like, oh, I'm gonna tap today to make them feel better. It's like, no, if you caught me and I tapped, it's because you 100% caught me and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu works. Or maybe you use judo on me, or So that's the answer to this week's question. If anybody's got any insights, feel free to comment below. Like and subscribe if you like this type of content. And you don't have to be one of my students to ask a question. I'd be more than happy to answer any questions you have. And we'll all grow in jiu-jitsu. All right, till next week, ciao.